Hello and welcome back to the Bussey Banner. I'm Jacob Bussey once again here with a post-game report of the Toronto Maple Leafs versus the Edmonton Oilers. The Leafs lose 3-2 in overtime. Mike Smith, the big hero of the game for Edmonton, the goaltender, 29 saves on 31 shots, and those saves were absolutely phenomenal. Good on the Leafs. Good on them for playing. Good on them. Matt Marner gets the first goal of the game. Matthews ties it up. Matthews takes the lead later with this 23rd goal of the season, and no other bigger than that one. Hutchinson kind of struggled again. First goal, can't blame him. It was a breakaway. But Edmonton, they played hard and they played well and they got the extra point, and that's really what matters at the end of the day. Leafs do get a point out of it because they were down. Well, they were never down, but they get the point out of it, and Edmonton came down from a 2-1 deficit, and they were able to win. So good on Edmonton for closing it out. They played pretty well. Good on Toronto for hanging in there. It was a couple of scary minutes there, but at the end of the day, they got they got a point. And in the standings in a 56 game season, there's nothing else better you can do than to get as many points as you can. My takeaways from this game, the pros and the cons. The pros were the offense looked fantastic. There was 31 shots in the game. 2 of them got past Smith, but the other 29 were absolute great shots. Galchenyuk almost scored his first as a Leaf. Brody almost scored his first as a Leaf. And these are guys who have been kind of, not struggling per se, but Galchenyuk looks like he's got his prime 2015, 2016 Alex Galchenyuk from Montreal, and Brody looks as good as ever. His defensive play is great, and he's working on that offensive play to complement Morgan Riley. Jack Campbell was expected to play, but he's not really used to playing so many games in a row as a starter. He's been a backup basically his entire career. He was a backup in LA, where the Leafs took him from or traded him from. So he wasn't really used to the starting role. Freddie is still out for at least another week. He's still got a lower body injury. He's not going to be 100. Well, he should be 100% when he gets back, but he's not going to be playing like 100%. So Hutchinson got the call tonight with the new goaltender that the Leafs acquired in the Columbus Blue Jackets trade. I don't remember the name off the top of my head. It's a Finnish name, Vasha Lihien or something like that. I'm sorry, I pronounced it very wrong, and I apologize to him. So Hutch gets the start. Obviously, there's still the reminder of last year Hutchinson, where he had a above 4 goals against average and a below a 900 save percentage, kind of like the way Freddie was playing this season. He's unreliable. He played pretty well in the game. He made some key saves, but the one in overtime he should have had. It beat him on the glove side, just under the glove. He's got to get those, because he catches with his right hand, so it's a little bit easier when it's on the right side like that. Matthews played great. He was out there on the ice. He was battling. Few penalties. The refs. This is what I said. This is what I said a while ago when Tim Peel got fired for saying he's going to make a makeup call on a live mic. The refs are going to call either every single thing right off the start of the game, or they're going to call nothing. In the 2 games they played, both teams only had 2 penalties. In 120 minutes of play, there were 4 penalties in total, 2-2, and there were 2-2 tonight, and neither team were 1-1 tonight, and neither team was able to capitalize. This is the problem I have with that, in the sense that there were so many missed calls. It was like playoff hockey the way they were playing right now, but it's still the regular season. And I understand you want to keep the game going and you probably don't want to slow it down the way that was slowing down. But the problem with that is when there's so many missed calls, it looks even worse than when you call everything. Because when you call everything, at least there are penalties. Like Matthews was hauled down, Tavares was hauled down, Brody was hauled down, Kerfoot was boarded. And it goes the other way, Chason was boarded, and McDavid got tripped up a few times, and Barry got hurt. So it really goes to show that if you're not, I get they want to be consistent, but they're being consistently calling everything or consistently calling nothing. And it's kind of annoying when your team deserves a penalty call and they don't get it. So Leafs are back at it. That was the last game the two played between each other, so they won't see each other unless they go in the playoffs against each other, which would be an absolutely fun playoff series to watch. Bigger hockey news right now. Buffalo Sabres, a league record, a franchise, an NHL record, 18 game losing streak. They're tied with the 03-04 Pittsburgh Penguins. They were up 3-0 with about 10 minutes to go in the third, and they lost it. They had to just hold off for 10 minutes, and they couldn't. What's wrong with this Sabres team? A lot of people, I don't really talk about Buffalo or really outside of Toronto, but this team is so bad. And I think a big problem with them is they're missing their captain. Jack Eichel is a very important part of that team. And he's been injured for a long time now. He's put on the LTIR. If I were Jack Eichel, I'd be looking at this team and going, yeah, no, I don't want to deal with this. And unfortunately, he has to. He said he hasn't requested a trade, but I believe that's false, and I believe he just wants to get out of there as soon as he can. So Buffalo, 18 games in a row. Yikes. So that's what I wanted to say. Leafs are back at it against Winnipeg in Winnipeg on Wednesday night, looking to bounce back from this game. Campbell will probably get the start for that game. But, get those points, still first in the North Division, and it's kind of hard to worry when this team is playing fantastic. So thank you for listening. This has been the Bussey Banner with Jacob Bussey. I'll catch you in the next one.